Hey everyone, this is Neo Panos, here with part 11 of my Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough. First time doing commentary. That said, last video I wanted to do the specializations for my mage, and I realized you have to get to level 13, I believe it is, before you can do that. We're just gonna be level building and doing a couple missions, some story stuff. Um, I probably won't do that much commentary unless I notice something I really want to talk about strategy wise or game, just game wise, something like that. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.
Stefan finally died. It was a blessing. Really. He's been in so much pain since Haven. He was out of his mind at the end. He smiled, said he smelled his mother's turnip stew, and slipped away.
Majestic. How was a place like this ever lost? Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
You want my advice? Did you hear what happened to Kirkwall? My advice nearly tore that city apart.
Would you rather it had been someone else's decision? Starting the Mage Rebellion, breaking the circles? Is that better on someone else's head?
No.
That's why I want your advice.
Fair enough. I'll tell you whatever you think will help.
Varric said that you fought Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
You're giving me maybes. I need proof.
Then let's get you some. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Loghain. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the Templars and turn them into his slaves.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
If Corypheus has corrupted the Wardens, it may be too late to save them.
I understand. I'll do whatever's necessary to stop him. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor. Later, then.
Inquisitor? Really? You did not notice? I had no idea Lady Beverly was one of your people. You might have told me before I embarrassed myself.
To work? Inquisitor.
Inquisitor? Inquisitor.
Okay, so this mission we have right here with the green above it, find the warden. This is actually a main, well, it's not a main story mission, but it's basically like a main story side mission. That's the best way to describe it. That's why it has this green orb above it. You do not have to do this to advance the game. As you can see, Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts, as long as you have the 30 power, you can actually go to that and skip this main story side mission. But you won't get the best ending. So that's why I'm going to go with that in a moment here once I get a couple of more of these side missions done. These side missions, there's a couple over here. So, and then another thing I was going to talk about is specializations for the Inquisitor. That's what I was trying to do last mission. So now, I guess, I have no idea what level I am right now, but we'll see in a second. So that's the level you gotta be. Or maybe you gotta talk to Hawk first. It could be that simple too. So anyway, it's busy so I can't do it, I guess. Okay, so go back. Date, time, set manual. Let's just do that. So we know for a fact it's done this time. Okay, we got the Dracolisk. Dracolisk, I have no idea how to say it. The horse. That's what I'll call it, the horse. Okay, so that's how we get specializations. It happens instantly. And here's another mission for Josephine. I'll let this one work out on its own time. Actually, no, I won't. You know what I'm going to do? Because I want to set the game back to normal, my game clock back to normal time. So I'll go. Okay, that should reset that. So I think I got everything off the board now. I'll just double check. Connections, coin, resources, conscript. Hard and Hightown, unsavory parallels. Okay. So everything's done. I'm gonna go back now. And we'll set using the internet. Set it now. There we go. Okay. So we'll do find the warden. Yeah, we'll find the warden first. Okay. Secrets. Okay, so now this is for that main story side mission I was talking about. This is the first part of it. And then the second part is in the western approach, which I did in the last video a little bit of. So I kind of cleared the way a little bit to make this main story side mission a little bit faster. And clearing out the, I forget what it's called, it's like a noxious gas pit though, basically. So you have to clear it out with like for 5 power or 8 power, I forget how much it cost. And then you can go through there. There's actually a fort there, or a keep, which you can capture, and that should get, I think that gives you an agent. Either that, or at least will open up some side missions on the board here that I've been doing missions on. It'll open up a couple missions like that. But really, the main story side mission is about Hawk and whoever survived from Dragon Age Origins. So I can't remember. I think you can have Alistair, Loghain. Well, I know you can have Loghain. And then shoot, I'm forgetting the other guy's name from Dragon Age, but I think Alistair and then maybe him, something like that. We'll see here in a few minutes what I can't remember exactly what I went with. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be like starts with like an S, I think. No, well, I'm just gonna play and find out. But anyways, this is how you do it, and actually no, nope. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go to the specializations. That's a better idea. Because basically for the Knight Enchanter, all we have to do is go back to the Fallow Mire, which is one of the levels we did in the early videos. So we'll have the fast checkpoints, and I have a map here of where the things we need to collect for the Knight Enchanter specialization are. So once we get those, and we can get them a lot faster, we'll be able to just do the Knight Enchanter really quick. Okay, so this is just them walking through. And then you pick whichever one you want. The Rift Mage, the Spirit Mage, or the Knight Enchanter. And I know it's not called Spirit Mage, but I can't remember what it really is called. Okay, so she's the Knight Enchanter if I'm right.
Hold and declare, Inquisitor.
What do you mean?
I ask your intent. I was summoned to oversee training, and I would know my charge. I am your commander in this matter, Commander Helene.
Thank you for coming, Commander Helene.
Commander will suffice, recruits. I teach the skills of the Knight Enchanter. It is a rank.
So there we go.
It is a life.
Okay,
How to command the ranks while standing beside them. Are you ready?
Commander is a title I associate with human forces.
Knight Enchanter has roots in Elven tradition, but it has utility in every tradition. There are no borders for the mage who wields a spectral blade. There is respect, and there is fear.
I'm ready to learn what you know.
Okay, so I actually have one of the Wisp essences already, which is good. Okay, something else I'm going to do real quick before I forget. And basically those two other objectives on my map right there, those were the other two specializations. But since I know I want this one, I'm not going to bother. What I can do though, let's tell you what that other specialization is called. So we find Dorian. Necromancer. There we go. Yeah, Spirit is for the barrier. Yeah, so Necromancer. That's one of the specializations. Solus has the other one. Maybe not yet. But his is Rift Mage, and then I have Knight Enchanter. And those are the ones for the mages. And there's 3 for the 2 other classes as well. Okay. So what we do now is we go down 1 level here. I got people moving in and out below me. Okay. And there's a, okay, I think it's right here. Research table. Turn in what we got. Get a little experience. And it'll help us with some enemies, damaging them and such. Okay, so we'll go to our quest map. And we're going to go to the Fallow Mire. There we go. So I don't know which one I grabbed. So let me look at my map here and see what you, okay. So I'm guessing I got the one in the south. Then again, I have no idea. Fishers and camp. So we're gonna go to this beacon. Alright, so I'm just basically gonna look for these wisps. And then that's really all I need. The Lazarite, I can actually go to the Emporium, whatever, and buy that. And then Vivienne has the book I need. So the wisp essences are really the hardest part. So that's what I'll be doing.
One down!
Okay, so as you can see from where I'm like right now on the map, it's here. I think it was like right in here where I found the second one, and then there's one down in the south here. Probably when you cross this part here you'll find it, but basically as you can see there's like a pack of these wraiths here, and it says pure wisp. That pure wisp will give you the essence once it dies. So here, we'll get it going if we can. Okay, so see how it has loot? We go up to it, and that's our wisp essence, and that's the third one. So now we just have to get the lazurite, which is not hard at all. We just go to the Emporium, so we'll go there. So I showed you 2 of the 3 locations for the essences. They're pretty much there all the time. You just got to look for that roving pack. It's basically like a bunch of wraiths, and then there's one called a pure wisp. So just keep an eye out for that. And then, like I said, that third one, I actually went over that spot where I went up the stairs there. It was basically in that area, maybe a little bit before that when you're walking the path to get in that building. But those are the 3 locations. Okay, so now we need
Handle the mirror with
laserite.
care.
I
It
don't
has
know
been
exactly
known
if I'm
to
saying
bite.
it correct, but here we'll go crafting materials, and then we'll go down, find lazurite. So it's 84. It's 84 credits each. Sometimes you gotta wait a second for it to calculate it or whatever.
Handle the merchandise with care.
Really doesn't matter who you pick when you go back to Skyhold. You could have just had one person and then confirmed. It's no big deal. Because once you leave Skyhold, anytime you leave Skyhold, it'll have you pick a party. If you move from map to map, though, it won't have you repick a party, I'm pretty sure. You'll have to go to the change party at a campsite or something like that. It's weird like that. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's not a problem. It makes sense, but it's kind of weird. Just from the Emporium to Skyhold, I mean. Because I think it should just send you there, because it knows, because you're not going to need a party anyways. Might even take, I wonder if it takes longer to load if you pick a party versus if you don't. Okay, so we got everything set up here. So now we just gotta go to Viv. And actually, there's a really quick way to get her. So you just go to the fast travel here. And there's a door that actually leads out right across the way from where you fast travel here. I can't even. Oh, maybe you gotta go downstairs. My bad. Okay, so you have to go downstairs first. There it is.
Here is the request.
Okay, so this door right here, this leads to Viv. And if we search, should be able to find it. Okay, so this is the Way of the Night Enchanter. This is the text I was talking about that you need to get. So Vivian will have it here if she's in your party, but if not, you'll have to go find it. I believe it's in Val Royale or something like that, and you'll have to purchase it. It's not that expensive though. You can probably just do like a gold mission or two, and you'll be able to purchase it. Easiest way though is to have Viv in your party, and she really is. If you're not going to be a knight enchanter yourself, she's almost a must for your party, because she has that healing spell. And you can also use the dispel trick, so you have like 3 mages in a party, 4 mages if you're one, and then every time you go to rifts and fight the rift, and they try to bring people through, you just dispel the rift, like the points. They disappear, the enemies don't come through, you don't even have to fight anybody. You can neutralize the rift and then close it, all without having to fight any of the enemies, which helps like really later in the game, because there's a lot of tough enemies. And I don't know if they've patched that out, but that was definitely something you could do early on. I know that for sure. And I'm quite, it's still an effective tactic. It just might not work like 100% now, for whatever reason. like they might have put more spots on than. So if you have a 4 mage party, they have like 5 or 6 spots now. So there's no way you could recharge unless you use like some like after you get a critical hit like I have, I can cast like the next spell I cast, I can cast it again immediately after. I don't have to wait for the recharge. You could save that and do it. So there are ways around it, but you got to be extra tricky about it. Okay, so now I think to craft the spirit hilt. Oh man. Oh. Okay, nope. You know where we go? We go in here where the requisitions are. So where I built the Mercy Crest to fight the Hissarians later. Except now we're in Skyhold. So this is where it is in Skyhold. And then you can see here the Spirit Blade hilt. So this is what you need to become a Knight Enchanter. You craft this. I'm actually going to talk to this guy real quick.
Oh, stores are growing, and so long as we have.
You basically
I confess
get a mission from him.
It was.
I'm pretty sure.
Your worship. It was.
Okay. Guess I messed something up. Alright, but anyways, we're gonna go back down to Commander, and she'll hook us up with the Knight Enchanter. And basically, if you play Dragon Age Origins, Knight Enchanter is a throwback to the Arcane Warrior, which is basically like the best class ever created in a Dragon Age game. What it allowed you to do was become a mage, and you could actually trade your magic skill points for strength skill points. That way, by putting points into magic, you actually were putting points both into magic and into strength. So you could totally neglect strength and have, however much, I usually had like 60 points into magic, and then I would do like 30 in willpower. Like by the end, something like that though. It would be like a 2-to-1 ratio between magic, and then actually I think I did get some other points, so maybe not that much, but I would go for a 2-to-1 ratio between magic and willpower most of the time. But the one thing with the Arcane Warrior that does suck, is a lot of the sustain spells you use, they're like 10 to 20% of your mana pool. So if you have like, a bunch of those active, you really have no mana pool to cast spells from. So you have to be really selective with how you upgrade and how you use, abilities, especially the sustain spells.
I am ready to
Okay, so
listen
now
and learn, Commander.
this is once you make this decision, you can't go back. So make sure you pick you pick the right one, what you want, or else you're screwed until the next time you play. Okay, so now we've just unlocked the specialization. It gives us 2 power, and then you can go here and see the specialization. It's right next to your Inquisitor focus abilities. So I guess you gotta be, I don't even know. I talked to Hawk though, and I'm level 10, so that's all I know. And this is the focus skill, and what we'll be doing next when we get Inquisition perk points, we'll be putting it into advanced focus and master focus. So once we unlock Resurgence, we can do tier 3 there, where it says the glyph heals 25% per second. So as you can see, it does, 2.5 times what tier 2 does. So that's why it's worth upgrading your focus as soon as possible, because you really benefit from the focus spells, especially Resurgence, which is the only heal spell in the game. It just really helps you out a ton. And being able to cast it a more powerful version at least, is really nice. And then you have some really cool defensive abilities, like your barriers stay up longer. You return damage that enemies inflict on you. You get a shield, mana regeneration bonus. I mean, it's a really good passive tree. And then you get some pretty good abilities too, like I said, the heal spell, Spirit Blade. Like, this does insane spirit damage, and it's really useful against dragons, especially when they have their armor up, because it just eats through armor, or guard, whatever you call it, guard. Okay, so with that said, we're going to get back into the game and do that main story side quest I was talking about earlier, where and I know it's going to be Hawk, but I'm anxious to see who will be the other character. And I'll actually talk to some of these guys, I guess, too, before. But that's what I'll be up to.
So, this is Skyhold. Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
He's not going to get the better of us again.
We lost good soldiers that day, loyal men and women. Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Watch that this enthusiasm of yours doesn't get you killed.
I wouldn't be the first to die in your service. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
I wish they'd understand that I'm really nobody.
You're somebody. Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they'd be consumed by despair. We all would. They need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter. Listen to me talk. Your time is valuable, and I've wasted enough of it.
worship. Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters. Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Our allies shouldn't expect luxuries when they sign on to fight the first Darkspawn.
There is a difference between luxury and a building with no holes in the walls. The Templars will be scrutinizing your leadership. They should feel secure here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus's attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
I can't permit bad memories to influence the job we must do.
A proper example to set for those still alive. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'd be delighted if you could conjure up a marble bath within the next hour.
I'll attempt to add that to the list.
So I don't know if I have to
Good
do.
see you safe, Inquisitor.
Shoot.
We've got trouble ahead.
So I don't know if I have to do the main quest. For this map where you have to drain the water. I'm hoping I can just go meet Hawk and actually fight the dragon too without having to do all that. But on my other playthroughs, I'll actually go talk to the mayor and then help with the water level. Because you can actually get the mayor to be an agent for you. And he's an Inquisition. You can try him basically as as the leader of the Inquisition and make him do whatever you want. Or not really whatever you want, but you get a choice of what you can do to him. I'm gonna avoid that on this playthrough, but if you want to see that, you can check out my other ones. It's up there. Okay, I just want to give you that little piece of information.
If you're on edge, I should alert the entire Inquisition.
You'll have to fight through them to get to the cave where Sir Hawk's Grey Warden friend is hiding.
I wish we could get better acquainted, Harding. When the dead aren't rising around us, perhaps.
The world would crumble to dust before you ran out of ills to fight. Maybe someone in Crestwood can tell you how to get to the rift in the lake. Maker knows they'll want help. Good luck, and please be safe.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
What is it?
This could help us.
must be a way to get to the rift in the lake.
It sounds different. The water changes the song.
Does that rift mean water?
Yeah! 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 One less to worry about.
Look out!
Die!
One down!
Hawk's contact with the Wardens should be in that cave.
Glad you made it. I just got here myself. My contact with the Wardens should be at the back of the cave. It's just us. I brought the Inquisitor.
Warden Loghain McTeer. I believe we have a common cause, Inquisitor.
There was a Loghain who joined the Wardens after he lost Ferelden's throne.
The traitor Terran. Yes. I've heard all the names.
And that's you!
I've been a Warden for 10 years. They will never fully consider me theirs. Something I've had cause to be grateful for recently.
I need to know why the Wardens disappeared. Could it have something to do with Corypheus?
I believe so. After Hawk killed Corypheus, Weishaupt was content to forget the whole affair. If an archdemon can survive seemingly mortal wounds, why not Corypheus? I began to investigate. I found evidence, but no proof. And then, soon after, every Warden in Orlais began to hear the calling.
You never told me.
I didn't believe it concerned you.
You think Corypheus is using this calling to control the Grey Wardens?
Not directly, no. The calling warns a Grey Warden that his corruption will soon claim him, that he is dying.
And every Grey Warden in Orlais is hearing that right now. They think they're dying.
Yes. Thanks to Corypheus, I believe. If the Wardens fall, who will stop the next Blight? That is what's panicked my brethren.
Thanks to the calling, Corypheus has them scared. And they're playing right into his hands.
You said all the Wardens are hearing the calling. Does that include you? And also you, Blackwall?
Yes. It's like an itch at the back of my mind. At times, it's barely there at all. But then I find myself starting to hum it under my breath. It is vile. I can understand why so many Wardens have gone mad from fear of it.
I do not fear the calling. And worrying about it only gives it power. Anything Corypheus does will only strengthen my resolve.
Is the calling they're hearing real? Or is Corypheus mimicking it somehow?
I don't know. Even as a senior Warden, I knew little about him. The Wardens believe it to be real, despite my warnings about Corypheus. And that is all that matters at the moment.
How can Corypheus make all these Wardens hear the calling?
I don't know. It's likely part of his nature. Corypheus is, or was, once a mortal man. The Blight owns him, but it did not create him. Wardens are tied to the Blight through the Darkspawn. That is how Corypheus influences Warden minds. Somehow he is using that power to mimic the calling.
So the Wardens think they're dying and have stopped thinking clearly. That won't go well.
A Blight nearly destroyed Ferelden. A Blight without Wardens to stop it might well destroy the world. Warden Commander Clarel proposed a ritual involving blood magic. A desperate measure to prevent further blights. When I protested the plan, called it madness, they tried to arrest me. Grey Wardens are gathering here, in the western approach. It's an ancient Tevinter ritual tower. Meet me there, and we will find answers.
Let's go.